Looks like I should be live now. Okay, yes, looks like I should be live. I was just trying to make sure that I'm good, but doesn't look like. Let me refresh this. All right, so it looks like we are live. So I'm gonna go ahead and start talking. I don't know what's wrong with YouTube today. Westbrook, wow, bro. Westbrook, crazy, man. All right, yo, look, we are live, and we're talking about threat hunting. This is intermediate level, so this isn't gonna be stuff like I was saying in the video where I have like Splunk up and stuff like that. This is gonna be a little bit harder. So I said something in that video that I regret, and so I want to clear that up now. I said, I don't know, slightly adjust this. I said that it doesn't make any sense to go from workstation or server. No, it doesn't make any sense to go from network-based artifacts to workstation and server-based artifacts. I don't know why I said that. That was dumb. Sometimes you have to. Well, most of the time you have to when you're threat hunting. I think what I meant to say when I said that was if you're doing a red team, blue team exercise, it doesn't make any sense to go from network-based artifact to host-based artifact. But if you're in a typical threat hunting situation, it's always going to be network-based first and then host-based or workstation and server-based second. So let's just clear that up right now before I get started. That's number one, like the first thing that I wanted to say. All right, now we can kind of get into like what I wanted to talk about. When you are threat hunting, you're not going to really have a lot to go off of at all. I'm going to tell you right now, straight up. There's going to be a lot of data, especially if you use something like if you're ingesting a lot of data. A lot of people call it the big data platform, like a lot of companies. And the way that I do it is I immediately start hunting subdomains. And that's what I want to talk about the first half of this. We are going to get into PCAP analysis and technical stuff, but I want to make you aware of the benefit of hunting subdomains, right? So I got some notes here to help me keep me along so I don't veer off of this too much. Business need analysis is what I call this. I think it's actually a term as well. Needs of the business, needs of your employees, wants of your employees. The subdomain should fall into one of these three buckets. What's good, man? What's good? I'm glad to see you back, man. Being consistent, bro. What's good? It should fall into one of these three buckets. So for example, if you find a subdomain and everybody at your workplace, if everybody uses a cloud service, sometimes you see some scrambled up letters .cloudfront.com or .net. That means that cloud instance or that cloud bucket belongs to, I'm getting comments, so I gotta open this up. What's good, Muhammad? What's good, man? That cloud instance that cloud bucket belongs to that specific user, right? So that's kind of like a need of the employee. If you allow Facebook or if you allow Discord, that's a need of the employee. If you don't allow Discord and you see Discord, then it's like, all right, this goes on the list, right? Because you can definitely do C2s with Discord. If you have, what's another one? And why is my chat not working? I want to make sure I'm responding to everybody. This isn't going to work. Go live. Because I think everybody understands that, right? Needs of the business, needs of the employees, wants of the employees. Anything outside of that, it's suspicious automatically. No questions asked. Don't even play any games. Now, another thing you can ask, and I probably should have did this long form, is What subdomains have recently arrived? New subdomains. Now, let's stop for a minute. Yeah, I heard C2 using over social media links. Yeah, anything that can receive a message is worthy of a C2 being behind it. So that's Discord, that's Slack, and that's anything else. What was I gonna say here? There's something I was gonna say. It might come back to me, so we'll just keep going. So if you're, and I said it last night or yesterday on the OSCP, the OSCP joint, but if the subdomain that you see doesn't match your business's cloud provider, it's suspicious. It automatically goes in the suspicious pile as well. And I already talked about the clients. Whatever. All right, so that's pretty much it. You're going to basically make a list off of what doesn't match the business's need. You can also do outlier analysis with some algorithms using Python pandas. Now, this is where I get kind of ignorant because I don't really do this often, but people that I work with do this and they get some amazing results. It's not an end all be all. Like once you do that, you still have to do a lot more research, but all you're doing at this point is getting a bunch of subdomains that just don't blend in with the pack. So one more thing I wanted to say about newly. Oh yes, so businesses now, if you're set up properly, your business should be there should be is it web proxy or reverse web proxy? I think it's a web proxy. Yes. So when if you're sitting in an organization, and this is like the traditional model, this isn't the cloud model. The cloud model is a bit different. I'll probably try to go over that before we get into the technical stuff. The traditional model uses like your workstation, right? When you call out to Google or whatever the case, that workstation should hit a web proxy. It should be some other things as well, but one of the functions should be web proxy. And this computer or this server should check that subdomain to make sure that it is not new and it is not malicious. If both of those things check out, it should go ahead and serve that page. So just keep that in mind. Like you're not alone when you're threat hunting. You have tools that are helping you. And sometimes, especially, I even see it at work where it's like, we'll try to do too much and we don't understand that we have tools and things that have our back. We should have an intrusion prevention system or intrusion detection system that has our back, right? So I just wanted to say that. So boom, end of subdomains. We'll get into it again when we get into the PCAP. JA3S hashes. Important. So please know this if you do what I do. If you're defensive, if you're threat hunting, please know this. So this is a passive fingerprint of a connection, a client. What am I saying here? Let me back up so I don't screw this up. It is a passive fingerprint of a TLS connection, encrypted connection. So let's just say you are in an organization and you can't do break and inspect, right? You can't see the TLS traffic, right? Because it's encrypted. So what you'll do is take this hash and this should give you a pretty strong snapshot of the server, whether you've seen it before, etc. Because you can't rely on IP addresses and you can't rely too heavily on subdomain names, although they are a little bit more reliable. We'll get more into JA3 and JA3S hashes later, but I just suggest that you Google them if you don't know what they are. Just want to make you aware of that. The next thing that you should do, especially if you have a large organization that you are watching, is you should hunt CVEs. And this might be obvious to some people, but you just got to do this. You got to know your web services. So you have to know whether your organization is allowing like Nginx, Apache. I think those are the big two. Nginx and IIS. Those are the big three. IIS, Nginx, and Apache. If you do hack the box a lot, you should know these three, right? And then it goes deeper though. You should also know your web apps and your content management systems. So that's your SharePoints, your Drupals, your WordPresses, your Exchanges, etc. Both of these categories have CVEs. Yep. Not so much on the web services anymore, like days of the past, but still, you still have to check those. Excuse me. Woo, that's cold. Anybody got any questions? If you got any questions, just leave them in the chat. And I got you. I just stop and we'll talk about it. The big four for me, when it comes to threat hunting and modern organizations, this is an organization that hasn't gone fully to cloud yet, right? Remote code execution, obviously a big one. I put remote code execution and command injection in the same category because these are going to be the same payloads that I'm hunting. So this is in the same category, although, I know they aren't the same, right? Command injection, maybe you can create a remote code execution script with command injection, right? But it might not necessarily be the same thing. Whatever, I don't care. They are in the same category for me. The second one is server-side template injection. If you don't know what that is, please Google it. Please Google it. We're not going over that today. The third one is server-side request forgery. We're not going over this today either, unless we find it in the PCAP. I don't think we will, but just know what this is. And then the fourth one is everybody's favorite, SQL injection. These are the big four for me. They may be different for you, but this is what I'm going to hunt because this is like when you look at the latest CVEs of the past 2 years, these four keep coming up as the most vicious. And I think that's going to be it for the talking part. Now I'm going to go ahead and let me see if I had anything else. Oh, I had a few more things to say. Yes. All four have their respective payloads on Payload All the Things. I told you about that site yesterday. So if you don't know about it, please get on it. It's not just for red teams. It's not just for hackers. It's for blue teamers, bro. Stop playing. It's for blue teamers, yo. Yes. And then let's just say you don't have PCAP. A lot of times, for whatever reason, I don't want to say a lot of times. Sometimes it's hard to get the PCAP because PCAP takes a lot of data up and you just won't have the PCAP, right? You kind of got to assume the compromise and go deeper. So if you see a big glaring CVE and you don't have the PCAP to confirm or deny that it was exploited, just go deeper into the sysmon logs, the Windows event logs, the EDR alerts, and then keep hunting. Maybe you find something, maybe you don't, but we're threat hunters. We are not waiting. We're being proactive. We're not waiting to have an incident. We're just getting after it. So event logs, ID log. What sequence do we need to analyze first? Event log, ID log, IDS logs, and how we can do if the log got encrypted by malware. Okay, so let's talk about the sequence of analysis of event log or ID log. So I'm going to assume by event log, you mean Windows event log. And then IDS log, you just pretty much mean anything that could be an IDS log. So it should be IDS log first because it's going to be hectic for you trying to go through every Windows event log on every host. I will add to that by saying that the typical Windows event log is not made for threat hunting. It's not even made for security, even though it has security on it. It's just going to tell you like basic stuff. It's still useful in a way, but you don't want to start with that. You definitely want to start with your IDS logs. And again, just to recap, in case you didn't hear, you want to start with your IDS log, intrusion detection. Your IDS logs, you have two types of IDS logs. You have your workstation or server-based IDS logs, and then you have a network-based IDS logs. I will look at network-based IDS logs first. In addition to hunting for unknown or malicious subdomains. Now, if an IDS caught it, that really doesn't say a lot about that hacker, does it? So that's another thing to keep in mind. If something is flagging by IDS, that is as a threat hunter, it's my job to report that, but I'm not hunting things that are getting caught. I'm hunting things that are not getting caught, right? We already, if our IDS is doing its job, and well, if our IPS is doing its job, then it's blocking things. If the IDS is alerting but letting things go, then I need to look at that. So I kind of got screwed up there, my bad. IDS logs are definitely important. IPS logs are not, because it's being blocked, right? If the log got encrypted by malware, that is a good question. We're about to go over that in a technical sense right now. Am I going to do SOC 200? I should, man. I looked at that, man, and I'm like, bro, that would be, I would probably, man, I would be able to, man, I would run circles. I think I would run circles around that course. We'll have to see, man. I definitely should do that course. When it first came out, I was eyeballing it. You know what I'm actually doing? And this is not even like me. I'm waiting on somebody else to take it and talk about it, when I should just go ahead and blaze that trail. But it is what it is. All right, so we're going to get started, and we're going to answer your question. What do we do if the log got encrypted by malware? I don't know if you meant the actual log getting encrypted. If the log gets encrypted by malware, what I'm assuming you meant is, what if the info in the log got encrypted by malware, not the log, right? And we're gonna go over that. If the log actually gets encrypted, then it's like, now it's that malware is tampering with the logs, and that's a little bit sloppy on a hacker. So I think we'll address your question now. So let me go ahead. Yeah. All right. Enough of me with my face here. This is Wireshark, if you don't know. And Wireshark to me is it's not the most fun, bro. But we can learn a lot. I would definitely rather be hunting with like other tools. That's just me. I do have it slightly customized. Let me just make sure it's zoomed up enough. Control plus. All right, that should be big enough. All right. So this packet comes from a site called Malware Traffic Analysis, something like that. And we are hunting. We're proactively hunting. We don't know anything happened. We're just hunting. How do I want to explain this scenario, right? I don't know. I don't think I have enough room for everything that I want to. I don't need you. Get out of the way. I need you. Yeah, so I would say threat hunting to me, maybe I'm a little bit partial because it's where all my experience is, but I wouldn't give this job over anything else. Like, you have to give me like Elon Musk money for me to walk away from this job. Like, reals. Anyway, so we're basically hunting, and we got PCAP, and we need to kind of narrow this thing down. So the first thing that I want to do here is start. Well, first I want to show you how I have it organized. I just added, if you go to column preferences, I added destination port and source port. Everything else is pretty much default, right? The first thing I'm interested in is HTTP request. I just type HTTP here. So HTTP, and I'm interested in TLS traffic, the big two, right? And I want to look at these GET requests. Let me see if I can go up. Wow. Don't do that. So I can go follow TCP stream. And if you look at like the host here, you want to get these hosts, because obviously this is what's the word I'm looking for? These are subdomains, right? You definitely want to get a fix on that. Now, I'll tell you that this site, make sure you can see that this site was compromised, man. This one isn't. This host isn't. But we're gonna see. We may see a host later that was compromised. But this is lencr.org. This is lessencrypt.org. Malware author shit. Ransomware authors use this site to encrypt their ransomware. So keep that in mind as you're threat hunting out there. It gets real. We can keep going. This is probably a legitimate use of it, but just keep that in mind as we keep going. What else we got? This is a 200 OK. So this is all the same thing. So it's fine. So I'm really wondering. So they made the exercise like pretty easy for us, so we don't have to go through a ton of stuff. What we could do is get, I think, it's a lot though. There's something I don't want to do here, and my brain is blanking out. Let me go to configuration files. I think it's analyze. No, expert information. Might be this. I think it is. Okay. Yes, that works. Damn. So if we go up, we should be in. Wait a minute. Okay, so that does work actually. So we'll follow this one, TCP stream. So what we should be doing is running these subdomains in some kind of search engine to see if they're malicious or see if they're known, whatever the case. Go to this one. It sucks that you can't open it up from there. That would be dope. This is how the hell. And we can get into these in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of like move to the answer because this is not packet isn't displayed. Oh, that's because I have this filter on. Something you gotta watch. I told you it's not like Wireshark isn't the most fun, but you could still like there should be other tools that should help you out. Because Wireshark is like it isn't terrible. All right, here we go. Let's follow this stream. Okay, so this one was this site was definitely compromised. But I don't know if this isn't part of the scenario, but if we look that up, we'll see that was compromised. What else we got? Let's try one of these. If this isn't it, we might skip ahead. Okay, so basically what we're looking for ICE ID bot malware. And if we had a list of known bad subdomains, we could hunt this. So what we could do is just drop these into the search engine. Now, probably if we're talking about like a big data platform or something that organizations out there currently use, this will be much more easy because you could just search this across a bunch of. You can search this across a bunch of. Let's take this filter off. Let's see where this is. I don't see it. Case sensitive, no. No packet contain that string in its info column. Invalid filter string. How about this? No packet contain that. So I do know that it is IP address 88 166, 160, 154, 154.118. We're gonna see that. No packet contained. Is the filter on? Cancel. This is the same. So I got some notes. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't get confused here because I'm not finding anything that I found last night. Or maybe I'm doing a search wrong or something. IP adder equals. Maybe he wants me to do it like this: 188, 166, 154.118. Okay, so maybe that search thing doesn't work, but sometimes you get a list of bad IPs. I wouldn't like try to ride my operation on IPs. And the reason I wouldn't want to do that is IPs get switched out. Sometimes you'll have an IP that's like really bad, and then like a couple days later, it'll belong to some kind of I don't know. It'll belong to a mom and pop store in Minnesota, right? But you're still blocking it, right? It's whatever. So if you follow this one, you'll see that this is follow TCP stream. And this subdomain, if we Google this, what do I have up here? I have a live stream. Let's Google this in actual Chrome. My pretty face there. Oh, damn it. No, fuck. I'm about to, oh shit. I'm about to compromise my own box. Let's try that again. Damn. Google.com. Put it there, bro. And we'll see that it's quantum ransomware. Now I kind of cheated a little bit because I kind of already knew what I was looking for. Essentially, when you're threat hunting, you're gonna have to painstakingly go through all of those. You're gonna painstakingly go through all of those subdomains. So you're gonna have to find something else that leads you to that subdomain, and I'm gonna show you exactly how we'll do that. Damn, that's good. So let's just say we didn't have Osaries for not. We didn't know that that was malicious, right? Let's just pretend for a minute. What we could do is say, all right, well, let's first get a fix on this. No, I don't think this was encrypted, right? So we're gonna skip that. There's another one. Once this makes a GET request, the connection terms. Did I just close it? Yes, I closed it. Wow, I don't know how I did that. Open recent. No, this doesn't help. Which one was that? 2021. All right, we back. Let's zoom that up. Let's continue. So IP adder equals 157.245.142.66. And so this is TLS traffic, and this is like not known by a lot of people. I don't know why. So if you haven't been listening up or taking notes until now, please do at this point to get the most out of this video. Client hello. We can click here and we can click transport layer security, record layer, handshake protocol, and go down to the bottom. We have, ladies and gentlemen, a JA3 hash or JA3 hash. EJPT is worth it. What is that? Junior pen tester. If you want to be a pen tester, I like the OSCP and GXPN because to me they focus on exploit research. I didn't want a cert that focused on pen testing, if that made sense. Even though these are pen testing certs, I wanted to exploit research out of it. So if the EJP, yeah, let's look that up just to make sure that I'm not misleading anyone. So We call them hashes at work. It may not technically be. I know that its nickname is a fuzzy hash. I think. What is a fuzzy hash? Damn it. Continuous stream of hash values. I don't know what the hell that means. But yes, JA3 is, whether we're calling it hashes or signature or whatever the case, it is how you want to fingerprint malicious servers. So if we took this, we may get a hit back. I don't know. Let's see. All we got to really do here is copy this as, what is it? What? Escape string? I don't know. I've never had to hunt like this before. And it didn't work. Let me see. But if we went to copy all visible items, I don't know. Paste? No. I don't want to copy this whole thing out. Printable text. Damn. All right, I'm just gonna have to delete all of that. Damn. It's a lot. You see the struggle right now. All right, let's just do this then. I just want the JA3 out of here. Now, if you are a red teamer or we'll get into that in a minute. If you're a red teamer, so ISD Cobalt Strike comes up, Alien Vault is good. This is a good tool to use. You could just put like analysis of this. It says file hash, but it's really not a file hash, obviously. Alien Vault is good to use. I would probably get a thing there. But as you see, when you put that JA3 into Google, you start seeing like malware related articles. So that's just like bad right there. Sometimes you'll get a JA3 GitHub. Well-known JA3. I thought Cobalt Strike was gonna pop up, actually, to be honest with you. But what you can do as an organization is, if you see a JA3 and it is like 100%, you don't trust it, you could just start a list so that you can hunt that in other places later. I hope that made sense. But that JA3 goes with Ant No Science or Ant No Science. And if we put that into Google, we're kind of skipping ahead here because I kind of want to keep things interesting. This was it doesn't say. Let's just ISD. I don't see it. Okay, I don't see it still. All right, that's embarrassing. Okay, here it is. Malicious host name. So yeah, I know I skipped a lot of stuff, but I don't want to like go too fast. Essentially, what happens is you get some kind of report that has suspicious subdomains in it, and if you find them on your network, you just Google it. It's super easy at first. You do eventually need to get like intelligence reports from different reporting like CrowdStrike and things like that to kind of confirm that and go back and forth with that, right? But JA3 hashes are going to be the way of the future. There's another thing that you can use as well, and we're gonna get into that in a minute. So now that we have a fix for that, we'll go ahead and skip ahead on this exercise. We got like 5 more IPs that are suspicious. But we haven't really seen any actual suspicious traffic yet in the PCAP. We just kind of been fooling around with indicators of compromise. Like, how do we find like the actual bad stuff in Wireshark? Oh, I was going to answer that question. JA3 isn't generated by Wireshark. Wireshark is going to capture that information from the TLS packet information. But the TLS, the open sourceness, the software in TLS is going to get that for us. Stick around because I got something even better than JA3 or JA3S. Speaking of that, you have JA3 and then you have JA3S. So clients, I think it's client key exchange. I think, is it? We're going to find it. Let's make sure we're doing the right thing here. This is the client hello, client key exchange. It should be here. Should be right here. Client key exchange. I think we could just do like follow TLS stream. Client hello. Yes, server hello. It should be here. Where the hell are you? Server handshake protocol. I don't see it, and this is embarrassing. Oh, here it is. JA3S. So this is equally important as a JA3. I wish I could just like take this out. Value. Let's try value. CrowdStrike, and then we could paste this in, and then we just immediately get quantum ransomware. So it's like, with all of this, we still need a way to confirm that this is bad, but this is basically how you do it on the intermediate level. But I know what everybody kind of wants to see, or at least I would want to see. I want to see actual malicious stuff going on. So with TLS, this is how you have to hunt. Also, organizations are encrypting everything when it comes to what I want to say here. When it comes to user privacy, everything is 100% encrypted, even your DNS requests. Excuse me, man. I have gas in the morning, bro. DNS requests are encrypted as well. So everything is going through TLS and back. And you can't really, like, if you're going to break and inspect everything, I mean, you could do that, but that's going to take a while, bro. So, yeah, you have to hunt TLS with JA3 and JA3S hashes. Now, if you really have a suspicion, I wish we could go ahead and, by the way, these are what we're hunting right now. This is real world stuff. This isn't like a scenario or nothing like that. These are real live, no malicious things. The final thing about TLS, bro, before we kill the TLS thing. Let's go to, I actually wanted to do a Cobalt Strike one. Okay, here it is. IP ADDR equals so I mean, I don't know if you see it by now, but like threat hunting, like this is what I do. I love it, man. Like, I don't know. This is what I do, man. So we have a report that this IP is Cobalt Strike from whatever report, CrowdStrike or whatever. We put that in the Wireshark and we see that we got a bunch of packets. So of course we're going to get our JA3 here. And then we want to follow this TCP stream. And then we have our, what was the server hello? Server hello, we have our JA3S. So we could just put this copy as value and put this in Google. So I'm using Google a lot, but organization, like different organizations, you should have a way to do this that's not Google. But I'm at home and it's Google. It is what it is. So we keep getting quantum ransomware, DFR, whatever report. That's what we keep good. We get Bootloader, which Bootloader is bad, bro. Bootloader is bad 100%. Sometimes we can put quotes around our thing to kind of like get a better Think about it, but like this shouldn't. You see what I'm saying? Like you're putting in a JA3 hash, and then you're getting you're getting malware related reports back. Tells you enough. Like that's all you need to know. That tells you enough. Now you need to go ahead and do forensics analysis on that workstation or server. That's as simple as that. But we're gonna keep going because this has. How do we get that? 757. All right, let me slow down a minute. Let me make sure I'm responding to the chat too. So I want to get better at threat hunting. I'm 21, bro. Threat hunting, it takes a little bit of time. I would listen to me, bro. I normally don't do this, but I think I've never seen a threat hunter go deep into stuff like I do. Now, OSCP stuff, like you can watch anybody, but threat hunting, I would just keep watching me, man. And because I do it every day, and when I get to work, like I get to immediately threat hunt. Try Hack Me that's like, yeah, you can learn like from a beginner's perspective. They have Boss of the Sock every year. I think they have it every year. Boss of the Sock. Boss of the Sock. Sometimes it's hard to see whether whether something is threat hunting related. But all you gotta do is look for blue team. Blue team and threat hunting are synonymous. Like it's the same. Threat hunting, no, is proactive stuff. Like you're going after it with little or no alerts. All you're using is basically open source. And is that the correct word to say there? Open source intelligence against your threat. That's all you're using. But Boss of the Sock is a data set that Splunk puts out. I thought it was every year, but I only see 3 here. And you can download the PCAP. Yeah, I think it is the PCAP. I don't know. You can ingest, yeah, thank you for that feedback. You can ingest the data into your Splunk instance. I wish I had it up today. I don't have it up today. I don't feel like doing that, but you can hunt Boss of the Sock data. It's totally free, and it gives you, I don't think that Boss of the Sock is real world per se, but the scenario is good enough. Yeah, the scenario is good enough that it's worth it. If I'm gonna promote myself again, by the way. If you look at this video, where the hell is it? Not you. This video. This is Boss of the Sock data. I didn't get into the scenario too much, but the beginner's guide to threat hunting, this is Boss of the Sock. I think this was version 2. And even though I found stuff, this isn't like, I didn't find anything related to the scenario, which is cool because it's like, in addition, I'm gonna stop this video because I don't want him to take my attention away. But in addition to the actual scenario attacker, you have other attackers on the outside of that. A lot of times in threat hunting, you may be hunting a specific threat because a specific threat has a specific purpose. So you have threats that are focused on stealing customer data or whatever the case. And your boss may be only concerned with that. So you may see something on the outside that's doing something like a botnet. It's good to report that and keep that, but that's on the side, bro. You're really, yes, definitely do that. That's on the side. You need to focus on what your boss cares about, which is like, if it's ransomware exfiltration, maybe he cares only about that. So that botnet shit on the side, you got to ignore that, even though it's clearly hacking stuff. You get what I'm saying? It's like big organizations, things are going to get hacked. You can't hunt everything. You got to hunt what your boss cares about. And so Boss of the Sock will definitely teach you to do that because there's a lot going on, but there's only one scenario that's going to fit. And then there's questions and answers. I think Try Hack Me also has Boss of the Sock, if I'm not mistaken. So check that out as well. I was going to talk about the Cobalt Strike stuff. So let's go back to Cobalt Strike. So I don't see any. Y'all got to forgive me. I don't really use the Wireshark at work. I don't have to. So I have to click around just to make sure. I've used it before. It's just that I don't have to use. We got like bigger and better stuff. But it's not that it's bad. It's just that like it's just a little bit painful to click around, or whatever. But what I'm looking for is, let's stop following the stream actually. So we'll stop following that stream. We want to keep that filter on. So IP, let's see what else we find here. Yes. So maybe we want to, destination port. Let me see. Let's go up. 53. How would I do this in Wireshark? All right, I don't know. Let's go back to this again. Bupdater.com. Let's do string. Is it there? Current filter. Let's not do a filter there. Is this it? Oh, fine. There we go. All right. This is weird because if we look at the packet sequence here, the very next, I think it's in the right order, right? The very next packet, the very next DNS packet after this suspicious domain name here, which we'll get into in a minute. After that is let'sencrypt.org, which is synonymous with ransomware because you can encrypt ransomware with let'sencrypt.org, which like, and there's another thing that must be said. Blue Team Labs worth it for newcomer. We can get into Blue Team Labs. I got a lot to say about Blue Team Labs. It sucks that people put things out for the greater good and then they get abused. And Let's Encrypt is one of them. So we are suspicious about Bupdater. Did I call it BP Updater? No, it's just Bupdater. So what we can do is Google Bupdater. What was it? We're gonna get into Blue Team Labs because I got some stories about that. And they actually reached out. They probably reached out to you too. So we see that we have bupdater.com in a Cobalt Strike article there. We have it in this as well. So we could basically say that this is Cobalt Strike, bro. So if we just continued, just said Cobalt Strike, and now we're getting down, and we see that it's synonymous with the ISD infection, whatever the case. So what I want to introduce you guys to is something called a JARM hash. So, and we can get a JARM hash going here, and it's a tool. You're just gonna have to download the tool on GitHub or whatever. We say Python 3 jarm.py. What do they call it? Bupdater.com. I think. Hopefully this works. This is a malicious domain, so I wouldn't like fool around and be like clumsy with this. I guess it's running. We'll see. While this is running, I'll talk about Blue Team Labs. Blue Team Lab. Okay, so maybe they shut the IP down. Maybe they shut the what am I saying here? Maybe they shut the site down. But essentially, let's do something else that's more well known. So essentially, a JARM hash is like a JA3 hash, but on steroids. A JARM hash is like combining not only the passive information, but it's combining the information from the web server as well as the web application, all the configurations, and all of that into one fuzzy hash. And you can use this to definitely get a strong fix on anything Cobalt Strike related, PowerShell Empire related. And all you gotta do is Cobalt Strike JARM. And yeah, so there should be a list. Maybe here. So what you could do is take this list and say, all right, well, I have this list of JARM hashes. I'm going to, in a lab, because you don't want to do this at work or something where it exposes everything. You want to just put that malicious subdomain here, and you just take this JARM hash and run it against. Notice how that's the same every time. Like, that's important. Even though it's a different IP, it's the same every time. That's huge, because your adversaries, your enemies out there, people that want to attack you, they're going to be switching up IPs. They're going to be switching up subdomains too, but they can't switch this up. Like, it's hard to switch this up. Hard. They can, but like, it's going to be tough. And I'm showing the wrong thing again. My bad, bro. But you just take that JARM hash and run it against this list. Now, this isn't the best way to do this, but this is one of the best ways. The best way to do this by far is to go ahead and get a list of approved whitelisted JARM hashes. And then once you have that, anything that doesn't fit in, then you can hunt it that way. Because if you do it that way, now you're not just being specific to Cobalt Strike, Root Retail, and PowerShell Empire. You're opening things up to every type of C2. And we need to understand that. And I think there is a C2 list or C2 tracker. Which is something I don't know. There is. Damn, bro. List of command and control software. I can't think of that. There's a site, bro. There's a site that just tracks all of the command and controls that come out. Let me just list a few of them. Root Retail, Cobalt Strike, Empire, Sliver. I cannot find it. There's a site though. There's a site though. You have to find it. But there's a site that tracks all of that. Actually, it was in a course that I took. So I'm going to answer your question in a minute, Rodney. So Blue Team Labs Online. It's super expensive. I can't get down with it. Oh, back to home. Are they not going to let me in? Super expensive, bro. They want $40. And I was like, they want $40 for the fun stuff. If you can shell out $40, was it $40? I don't want to like say something wrong here. It's not $40. What is $15 in pounds? It was 25. My bad, bro. Still a lot. I don't know where I got the $40 from. Oh, you have to pay $40 for a different tier. I was like, man, the only thing is, man, like these sites got to be proven first. I would recommend still getting an account because they do free stuff as well. But like, if you're a little bit more advanced, you're going to get bored with some of this stuff. So, newcomers, yes, I recommend that. But like, when you've been in the game a while, you're going to want some of these harder challenges, and they want to charge you for those. They actually got threat hunting challenges, though. Let's go and look. But yeah, that's that. Have I ever encountered Sliver agents in your threat hunting? I have actually not. I've not. I played with Sliver, but I haven't encountered Sliver. The most things that I encounter are paid C2s. So Cobalt Strike, Brute Retail are the big two. And the reason that is, I'm gonna go to this course really quick while I talk. What was it? Udemy. Here it is. Maybe it's on this course that I was looking at. There's some stuff that I need to put in my notes because sometimes I just like tools and concepts, methodical guide for. I don't know if it's against the rules or not to show this course. Well, it shouldn't be against the rules to actually show the Udemy course. I just can't. I guess I can't just show anything that's in the actual course. But this course is like this dude. Where is he at? Overview. Bonnie Hudson. This dude is on point. So if you ever get like a Udemy account or whatever the case with the organization, take this course, bro. It's called Cybersecurity Threat Hunting for SOC Analysts. Even being like experienced in threat hunting, I learned a ton from this thing. A ton, bro. Yeah, he wasn't fucking around at all. He killed it. But I was going to see threat hunting concepts here. As you see, I did a lot of it. I took this course very seriously. I like when somebody's talking like I'm talking like that. That's a lot of fun. As you see, he's also a fan of Boss of the Sock. I'm looking for a specific website though. Downloading the he takes you through the Vagrant stuff. Like this course is well worth the money. Is it lab setup? No. Is it this? No. Threat hunting concepts. My bad, y'all. Just give me 1 second. I'm looking for something specific. Threat hunting, Zeke, Caldera. I think this is it. Oh, I don't want to show his video because I don't want to get sued. I think this is it. C2 Matrix. I think that's what it's called. Yes, C2 Matrix. I'm glad. I'm glad I found that. C2 Matrix. Yeah, this is it. So as you see, every threat hunter needs to be able to find this site, because you remember I talked about JARM hashes. Well, those JARM hashes that I found only covered Cobalt Strike and Brewer Tail. But as you see, there's a bunch of C2s here. There's a bunch of C2s that you can use. And not only that, but like all you have to do to create a C2 is fork. What's that thing? What was it called? Not Metasploit. Armitage. All you have to do is fork Armitage from GitHub. Change a few things and boom, you got your own C2. So as you see, like there's a ton of people that are interested in this, right? Yeah. So Brewer Tail. Oh, to your question, Rodnett. Brewer Tail, Cobalt Strike. I haven't seen Haven or Innuendo or Nighthawk or any of these commercial ones. So you need to prioritize when you're a threat hunter. You need to prioritize the commercial C2s. The reason that is if someone put out the source code to these C2s, they would get like sued or litigation would happen, right? So that suppresses the amount of information that you have on that C2, which is a bad thing, even though you sell capitalism and all that. Yeah, I'm a capitalist until it makes my job harder. And definitely putting out closed source or proprietary C2s is not the way to go, but people are going to do that anyway, because at the end of the day, people want to just get their hands on cash, and it just sucks, but whatever. I went on that long rant to basically say, because we are not actively reverse engineering Cobalt Strike or Brute Retail, I'm going to see that very often because they can hide a lot easier. But with something like Sliver, you're rarely going to see that because it's open source. It's GNU. So people are going to like open that up, and then they're going to make detections, and they're going to do that very easily. Did I go over everything today? Yes. JARM hashes. All right. Yep. Let me just go back to my notes here. Oh, one more thing before we get off. So normally once an attacker is doing their thing, right? They got stuff going on. They're handling business. They're going to eventually want to start to pull files away from your network, right? Especially if it's ransomware, because once they encrypt the files on your system, they're going to want to have the files on a different system so that if you don't pay them, they can sell the information or do some other bullshit with your information, right? So a good thing to hunt is file sharing domains, like things that your customers don't or your employees don't use. And so we could do that by looking through the traffic. Now, again, this isn't like the best way to hunt. This is Wireshark, and you got to do a lot of things manually. But if this were like a more sophisticated engine, we would be able to go through. Let me just make sure I'm not putting my foot in my mouth when I say that. Yeah, I don't see it. You'll be able to just say, okay, this is the whole list of subdomains that appear on the network. DNS maybe? Let's see. I don't see nothing there. It sucks that Wireshark can't just like parse that for you. Endpoints maybe? No, it's not gonna work. It's not resolved. That would be like crazy dope. Nothing. I don't see anything there. DNS, it should be there, man. What the hell? Resolved addresses? Let's try that one. Ports, hosts, I don't see. Yeah. Resolved addresses. All entries, hosts, maybe. Oh, okay. This is good, I guess. Is it? Yeah, I think this is gonna be. Yes, this is perfect. So I just learned something myself. So resolved addresses is pretty dope. I would definitely 100% use Wireshark now. I'm convinced I will use Wireshark. Anyway, let's just continue what we were doing. This helps greatly. So file bin. Let's just say your customers, you interact with your data every day, and like nobody goes to file bin. Everybody uses like the cloud, the de facto cloud situation in your company. And you see file bin, right? Or you see what's the other one? These two. Now, of course, you're gonna have to Google to see what these are. So what you could do, basically, I know I walked through simple stuff, but you need to see it because you need to see how I would do things. Situla bitbit.net. It's malicious. Obviously. I wasn't expecting to see this, but you have that, and you have filebin.net. Filebin.net. I think filebin is just like pastebin. Facilitate convenient files. So yeah, filebin.net. Like, why are nobody else at work is using filebin, and then people are using filebin, right? So now you can kind of like say, all right, let's hunt instances of filebin. So and then there you go. So now you can kind of put together a picture. I'm too inexperienced with Wireshark to put together a picture, but knowing that this occurs, if I can get the number of occurrences here, let's try to double click that. I can't double click it. Does it say how many times it showed up? It does not. That would be good if it could tell me that. As you see, like the company probably uses Azure, right? So why do they need filebin? They don't. Let us just search for filebin. Was it net? And then is there a filter on? There's not. So now we can organize it by number. Let's see, go back. Is this it? So standard query there. And then, yeah. And file bin, if we go back to the resolved addresses, or was it? Yeah. File bin.net resolves to, I thought we were here, right? Yeah. It resolves to 185, 47, 40, 36. So this is the communication with that. And in addition to the things we found, we could safely say that Cobalt Strike hit a certain individual. And once Cobalt Strike hit them, they went along and did something dealing with ransomware. Now, of course, you'd have to do more forensics. We're not really set up for that because we don't have the image of the box. So we can just, based on network data alone, we can kind of like put together that situation. Obviously, you'd have more people working with you and you'd have like a report coming together and all of that. But yeah, so I hope this was helpful. Yeah, I hope that was helpful. It's really fun to hunt Wireshark. It's just took for me. It's not the most, it's not the best thing to use in my opinion. You definitely want something that could parse things yourself, itself, and then give you more of an opportunity to move quickly. Let me see if you can use capture file properties, resolved addresses. I thought it would give me the number of times an IP. Actually, it does. Where is it? It's not there. Is it endpoints? Where is it? Is this it? Yeah, I just saw it and I just moved the mouse. Yeah. So this happens as 25 packets there. So what you could do is go from least to greatest. And then after you filter out your, what's the word I'm looking for? After you filter out the addresses that belong to you, you could start to really scrutinize these IPs that have the least amount of packets going toward them. Very simple analysis, but very powerful. So there's that too. All right, so that's going to conclude kind of like that the intermediate threat hunting as far as the network goes. Now, again, everything that I said takes time and it takes a lot of experience to do. But just to recap, you have your business need analysis for your subdomains to see what is needed, what is not, what is allowed, what is not. And then you're going to form a list there. Form a list of JA3 hashes, JA3S hashes. You can form a list of JARM hashes. And you can hunt different file. What's the correct terminology? I got my notes here. Where is it? File sharing domains. Hunt. You want to put those four together. And then you want to, if there's a specific type of malware or a specific threat you're hunting, you want to do some research on that as well to see if those four things, those four categories are linked with that threat or that malware. And that's how you get your easiest wins. If we, let's do one more thing. Desktop 5 USD 3D 5D, I think. Yep. Is this it? All right. So this is the poor guy. So, yep. Cobalt Strike just starts like communicating with his joint directly. So he's the one that downloaded whatever. So we can focus on his IP, which is 10.19, 10.0.19.14. Yeah. And everything that he did. Follow TCP stream here. This is the first malicious domain that he went to. So yeah, be careful. If you do this after me, be careful, bro. Don't get owned. So once he visited that, a bunch of stuff happened. Bunch of stuff happened. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we need to get out of this. After he visited that, a bunch of stuff happened. And then that's when the encrypted stuff started. This is another malicious domain. Another one. And so what you'll also see is to throw threat hunters off. Of course, the attacker will change IPs and they'll change subdomains. They're not gonna fool me, bro. I already know you're doing that. So to the untrained eye, it'll look like the guy was visiting multiple sites, but it was the same. You're going to the same infrastructure. So it looks like they started doing hood rat stuff here. So you hit IPC $ to enumerate the entire to enumerate all of the shares. And then you see the user is blank. This isn't necessarily malicious, but it's something to look into. Because still IPC $ create refile requests. Still nothing, but it's interesting. It's still not malicious just yet. It's a bunch of TLS traffic. Purple is TLS, so when you start seeing purple stuff, you can just keep moving. Bunch of TLS. So we start seeing yellow again. This is ARP traffic. Who cares? I'm trying to see if they made an actual connection to a share. Actually, what we could do. Is there SMB in here? Yes, there are. There it is. Follow TCP stream, maybe? Nope. This is not it. That's tree connect. And then stop that. I'm kind of learning myself as I do this, so fine. Reconnect and response. So not you and X. Oh, request probably. Fine. Oh, reconnect X and request. Okay, yeah, okay, I know that. Wide packet list. I don't know. Search. Whatever. Let's see if they actually did something. Okay, it looks like I don't see anything. I don't see any connections to. So another thing that you could do with IPC $, if you're not actually if you don't actually have a connection with user local bin. If you don't actually have a SMB connection, where is that? I think is it WMyQuery? Bim WMyQuery. I think it is. Man, where are you? That's grip. IPC star. So as you see, all of these connect with IPC $. First, and so it could be literally any one of these. I wanted to show you the full payload and how it would actually look though. That's like grep A1, A3, B. Can I do that? I don't know. That's not working. So I wanted to look at before and after. Or maybe it is. Oh, it actually is. Damn, I'm tripping. But yeah, you clearly see IPC $ in all of these files, letting you know that different malicious connections hit IPC $. So there's that. So I don't know. Just wanted you to know that. I'll probably do an expert threat hunting probably later down the line, but just know that this is intermediate stuff. It's a lot to take in for a reason. This is not a job that you're just gonna like fall into and be good at. It takes a lot. It takes a whole lot. So, but I promise you, like if you work for me, if you work with me, I should do like a course, bro. Like honestly, I wouldn't charge you guys. Like I would keep it free, bro. I would accept donations and I would give those donations back to you guys. So I'll probably that's my goal for next year is to create a threat hunting course for everyone, and it'll be free of charge. If you would like to pay, you can pay, and then that money will go to someone to help them get their OSCP or something like that. Because at the end of the day, it's like, you know, who am I to like take from you, right? It's how I feel, like honestly. So yeah. Just let me know if like that would be something. I don't want to do it and then nobody actually sign up either. So let me know if you want to do that. Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate you staying tuned. Wednesday, I'm gonna do some more binary exploitation. Actually, I might need to take Wednesday off. Wednesday, I got something coming up and I can't get around it. Or I might like push the live stream back to like nighttime or something. Because I can't, I don't know how I'm going to manage Wednesday. Wednesday is hectic for me. So there you go. So I appreciate you stopping by. Everything that I said was like a total mess. I get it as a train wreck. I'm thinking about everything that I just talked about now. And I'm like, boom, man. Like, how do you get that into notes? Just take some notes and then like make sense in your head. It definitely is not beginner level. Like none of that stuff that I was talking about is beginner level. If you want beginner level threat hunting, go back to the video that I talked about where I was like beginner's guide to threat hunting, and it'll walk you through steps that you can do. I'm just letting you know right now that the beginner stuff, you're not gonna like go to work and use that beginner level methodology and find stuff. That's really for blue team and red team stuff. You're not gonna find an actual naked ass PowerShell Empire beacon because there should be IDSs in your organization blocking it. And if there's not, then you got a bigger problem. So there you go. So I just wanted to say that. All right, bro. If y'all not subscribed, man, please 100% like consider subscribing. You don't have to, but consider it. Consider liking the video to pump this up because so that more people can watch this. I'm not getting paid yet for YouTube. I literally do this for the love. I literally do this to like get up and get warmed up and start talking to you guys. So that's it. I don't want to diminish the quality of the live stream anymore, but like if y'all got like my contact info, like hit me up and let me know how you doing. Somebody hit me up yesterday about I started talking about like the spiritual thing, like how and my quest on my quest to blend spiritual stuff to scientific stuff. Not everybody's interested in that. I understand. I'm not a professional on that. I just know what works for me. And I mentioned the fact that a lot of people use YouTube for self-help stuff, but if you want a leg up, you know, get into deeper knowledge, right? So yeah, till next time, bro. Y'all hit me up. I got one person interested. If I get enough interest on that, we could do that Friday and we could talk about that the whole day. I'm not gonna save that to my channel. So if you don't make it, you just don't make it, because I don't want to let you know how weird I am, bro. Because I'm really, really 100% weird. And I think if you met me, you probably like me, but like if you actually was in my brain, you probably wouldn't like me. So that's why when we do the live stream Friday, you're gonna be in my brain. And I encourage you every time you hear something, and this is cybersecurity, this is spiritual stuff, this is scientific stuff, this is anything in general. When you hear something, consider it, bro. Don't close your mind to it. Keep an open mind, man. And that's what I do when I like research ancient history, ancient civilizations, ancient religions, current religions. I keep an open mind on everything, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to find that one nugget of knowledge that I could just like, well, I don't probably want your religion or nothing, but yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Maybe I don't want your religion, but I will take this one nugget of knowledge and put it with my shit. Like, right? You feel me? Like maybe I don't want to, and no disrespect to Muslims out there, because I believe it's a peaceful religion, but maybe I don't want your religion, but maybe I want to take a piece of what you do on a daily and put it with what I'm doing. And that's partially how I grind. I'm trying to learn from everybody that's willing to speak. If you're willing to speak out there on behalf of religion, politics, and all of that stuff, maybe I don't agree with your ideology or like your ideals, but maybe there's that one bit of nugget, that knowledge that I can pull back and say, boom, I'm going to use that daily at work. I'm going to use that with my family and stuff like that. And I'm going to build myself up to be better. And so that's part of the spiritual journey that I'm on. And again, everybody's not going to be interested. I understand. Some people just want to keep it 100% like scientific, 100% like things that they can absolutely prove. And that's admirable. I respect that. But I'm always trying to get an edge over people, man, because you got one life to live, bro. So why not hear everybody's point of view, everybody's opinion, and just share the love, man. You know what I'm saying? Share the love, man, because like we ain't going nowhere. We're on this big rock. It's not really a big rock. We're on this rock floating in the middle of space, and you know we got to make it. We got to make sure that we don't blow ourselves up. You know, we got to make sure we're getting along. So sharing information is my spiritual journey. Like sharing that information, no matter what religion, color, creed, wherever you are in the world, Australia, Russia, I don't care none about that. Share information, and that's what I mean by spiritual. I don't mean like, yes, you know, that's what I mean by spiritual. Like it is like not scientific, not physical, not mental. It's just something about yourself, right? You gotta share that, right? And it's all in part of, we talk a lot about OSCP stuff, ethical hacking, IT stuff, but it's one thing to get good, and it's another thing to be able to come and like repeat a process. Sometimes I get in here and I'm like, I don't want to do this. Like I don't want to sit up and talk to people because I just want to lay in bed with my wife or do whatever, you know. But I come in here strictly because my spirit is strong for this. Like my spirit can overpower any of my physical temptations or whatever the case. And that's why I feel like, you know, at least every man should at least consider the whole spiritual thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to accept it. At least if you're not even considering it, you're closing your mind. And if you have a closed mind, you're not going to make it an ethical hacking anyway. So, I mean, why even bother, right? Keep an open mind to everything, bro. So that's it, man. I love you guys, bro. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I don't know what the hell I'm doing tomorrow, but Friday, definitely, if I get enough information, I mean, if I get enough interest, I'm gonna definitely, you know, we can talk. And I keep saying it because I don't want to start no cult or nothing like that. I just want to basically open people's minds up to different levels, different ways of thinking about life. And I just believe that it feeds into how we work and how we treat our families. So yeah, love, man. I love you too, man. Stay safe. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna think of something at work, and I'm gonna put together a dope thumbnail, and we're gonna go from there.